The U-15 boys national team is a great opportunity to expose a large pool of players to a very high level of soccer.
Let me have the yellows at the big goal with the goalkeepers, and the blues are going to go out with Mako. Let me give you guys a shape for the blues here.
You know, we like to more call it the national pool at the under 15 level than the national team. We'd much rather see someone making themselves big and getting involved in the game and throwing themselves out there, even if they're not getting plays right and their feet are sloppy, and then at the end of the day not even noticing someone. And we've got to talk to them too about, you know, welcoming criticism, welcoming feedback like that. A lot of these guys are superstars at their clubs. They never get yelled at. You know, they never get picked on.
Guys on the blue team, raise your hand if I caught you napping at least once.
When you're playing with your club team, you can get away with small things. You can get away with, you know, a little like being lazy a little bit, because the players aren't, like, the pace isn't so fast, the players aren't as good. And they're slick, they're smart players.
One of the obstacles that we have with our youth soccer is that there isn't a ton of unorganized soccer being played in our country, and I think in other countries a lot of the soccer instincts are taken care of in unorganized street soccer settings and pickup settings. We want to make the most of every second with them because we only are together 5-6 times, so every day is really important, and we think that by the end of the week we feel really good about where we've come from the first day to the last day, and when we look at the soccer that's going on the last day of a camp, we're like, God, we wish we could have this group every day.
It gives me that extra skill that I need. It helps me sharpen up, you know, like whatever they're looking for, I'm sure you can pick up here. It gives you like more confidence to play out.
If you start to concentrate on results at too early an age, then you skip some of those stages of the youth development where they need to experiment with the game. They need to be in environments where they're not told how to play or where to move or where the next play needs to go, but they need to be allowed to experiment with it and figure out what works and doesn't work and develop those instincts that you see the best players in the world have. We're not just focusing on how to win the next game, but how to become, in the long run, good soccer players.
It's such a good atmosphere to play around, you know, it brings up your level that much, knowing that everyone here is going to teach you how to do something new, you know, so you can develop as a player and as a real good player, you know, from everything, you pick up everything from every person.
We try and explain to them that a system for us is nothing more than a starting point. We want them to make decisions. Then at night, after we go through all this, we sit down again with them and we have what we call mental soccer, where we throw questions out there to them about the day. We give them the challenge of saying, hey, go back to your environments and make sure you're pushing it along and take responsibility for not only your growth, but it's going to help the game. If all these guys go back to their environments at home and start to push the soccer along, the whole level is going to get better. And so what we try and do throughout the week is not so much focus on giving them instruction as much as having them take responsibility.
You know, I tell you what, at the next level, you got to be really, really good to cheat. Because if you're cheating and you're not honest, everyone else has got to do your work. Then you get the ball and you piss it away, you're hurting the team.
Practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. And like basically when you're practicing, you got to practice those little things. You can't be lazy, because that stuff will catch you in these games, and the littlest things matter.
We think the future of U.S. soccer is going to be taken care of when these guys start to really feel what the feeling the game can give them, and they want more of it all the time.